Hello, hello. It's me, Angie from Learn Love Tarot. I'll be your spiritual stewardess here today on the spiritual view. So, thank you so much for joining us. I'm hoping to catch the lunchtime crowd in California, who are 3 hours behind us. Of course, if you are in Australia, New Zealand, UK, 5 hours ahead. My girlfriend will be watching this. It is the change of the AM to PM, add 5 hours, and that's how I do the maths in my head. So three would be 3 in the morning, so about 8:15 in the morning in New Zealand. If you're curious, hello, hello, welcome in. Thank you guys so much. So I'm so glad you're here because some of you all were with me last night for my reading, and I got the song. It was either last night and the night prior, or one or the other, but it was something to believe in, and I did not remember the artist, but of course I had to look it up today because that song was just blaring again today. And interestingly, two different dates. So Wikipedia claims that that was from the Flesh and Blood album, and that was released on September 4th, 1990. So I'm going to give you both dates in case any of those are synchronicities for you. But then when I asked Alexa what the release date was, she said, and I was like, what? She said November 14th, which is today, but 1996. So I don't know if either of those dates matter for anyone, but they are there nonetheless. And I couldn't find any other information where it was November 14th. So I thought that was a little odd, but it let me know that I was on the right track as far as the energy. In addition, when I changed over my cards for Mercury and Sagittarius, we're at 15 degrees and some odd minutes. So the Sabian symbol would be 16 Sagittarius, which is seagulls watching a ship. So if you've been with me the last couple of nights on my channel, you know that the ships have been coming out like crazy, and I've been like, what the heck with all those ships? So it's here. The meaning of that is the most challenging aspects of life can be existentially threatening unless we develop mastery of alertness. So take that for what it is. We do also have Venus moving into 4 degrees Capricorn Sabian wise, a party entering a large canoe. 2 nights ago, we saw that couple in the canoe that were joining forces. So clearly, like, those energies are still coming through here for a reason. This is group responsiveness arises to deal with a collective emergency. Okay. And this is still in the first 5 degrees of Capricorn, which is the theme of accomplishment. And then now that we've moved into a new set of 5 degrees of Sagittarius, that is in the theme of discipline. Okay. Discipline and accomplishment usually go hand in hand, unfortunately. Leo is still in its first 5 degrees. And if anybody knows, I grew up from within a family of hunters, but I have no idea what this means. So I'm going to have to ask them. Maybe y'all know and you can put it in the comments for me. Oh, I love those stars coming through. Keep those coming. A 4 degree Leo is a man formally dressed and a deer with his horns folded. I don't know if that's because of the way they're growing or what that's supposed to mean, but those horns being folded, today is a 6th day of the lovers. And y'all know that its sister sign would be the devil, who has horns. So I don't know what that has to do with. Some decks do have the devil dressed up as a man, but the deer with his horns folded. The meaning is finding a way to make our own small achievements relevant. Okay, so we can make our own selves shine. The first 5 degrees have to do with self confidence, with that Mars and Leo energy, very action oriented, very fiery. We are still in all the other Sabian symbols that I post a lot on my community page. So please feel free to have a look at those. I will come back later and put in the description for you guys what my community post is today when I'm finished with it. I'm not quite done. But what I thought was interesting with that song, the Lover's card, just in general, we've got love, connection, temptation, a union of opposites, okay? New possibilities, sexual attraction. And this is the part of the Fool's journey where he hopes for a bright future ahead, if temptation can be avoided. So maybe that's why we're seeing this energy of discipline lining up here, teaming up and partnering up with accomplishment. Where the Fool gets to at the Devil part of that 22 card journey from 0 to 21 is the Fool is reminded of the self-serving and uncooperative parts of himself he tries to keep hidden away even from himself. We may encounter these unwelcome qualities in others or in our dreams. A neglected past of us needs to be heard. And I drew a light bulb. So that's a little bit like an ace of swords aha moment for me. Personal gain. Also, don't be afraid of the devil card because it does mean personal gain and achievement and success in your career. So if that's happening for you, see that as a good sign. And it's also a message to make sure that you're acting in your own best interests. So without further ado, let's see what's up with our angel number. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for coming in today. We've got a 258. It is November 14th. However, whenever you get this message, however you get it, maybe one of our amazing spiritual viewers has shared it with you. For that, we thank you. We are a collective of readers who give you new readings every single day of the week, 7 days a week. There are 7 of us, and we collaborate once a month to bring you more of an educational lens through whatever topic we're discussing, and it's always a lot of fun. And we do a giveaway once a month from one of the readers here for one of y'all, and all you have to do is comment on that episode, and we pull the winner of the week after. So I had so much fun. I got to do the reading last time, and we just had a ball. I could have talked to her forever. It was a lot of fun. So what I want to look at today, guys, with this something to believe in, how can we thrive on our Thursday here at the Spiritual View? I want to look at what is the hope for the bright future, the union of opposites with that lover's energy. And then I also wanted to look at the shadow of the devil aspect to see maybe if any aspects that we're noticing in others, if that may be something that we can look at in ourselves. And if we do, then we'll see what the advice from the tarot is for that. As far as our angel number, it's 258 today, and that is called Building Dreams, something to believe in. How cool is that? Take one moment at a time. The things you do today, oh, and it's got the chills. The things you do today are part of a bigger picture. It's telling me my battery's low. Odd. Okay. Your angels encourage you to treat each moment today as a precious building block of a much larger structure. Draw, write, or contemplate as you visualize what it will all look like when it's completed. That is Manifestation 101. Mind me 2 seconds while I don't want to lose y'all. So let me unplug from my other computer and replug back in. Okay. See, that wasn't so bad, right? Building dreams. Wow. We've been seeing too that 3 of Pentacles, and that's the beginning of something that's come out quite a bit this week so far. So let's see where we go today, guys. One brick at a time is the energy here. I'm going to go to my mini archetype deck to see what kind of a theme we're looking at here. Give us some guidance. Welcome in again. Let's see what we've got already. The Cave. That is a 32. I'm just going to take the 2 that have turned upright. The cave and the orphan. There is a hand here reaching out for this rose. That is a 5 energy of change, which we just, that's just for the number. We did have the Hierophant energy coming through yesterday. And then with the cave, again, that's a 32. So we've got a double 5. We've been seeing that quite a bit, that 55. On the bottom of the deck, so we go from barely any color, black and whites, and then we have this sun energy shining through this light in the darkness of the cave, something to believe in. There's that little glimmer of hope there. And the orphan reaching out for that rose. There's also, it looks like a snake, a black and white sketched snake wrapped around. So that can be indicative of medicinal healing and or knowledge. So we'll see where that goes. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we have, looks like 62, the sword. Okay, so did I say something about an ace? Oh, yeah, the light bulb, the ace of swords. Okay, I was like, didn't I say something about ace of swords? So we do have the sword energy. There is the sun, the moon, and then we also have a crescent moon. That would be the light. um let's see, in this deck it is a crescent dark on the left hand. So if you have to reverse those, we're turning down the light. So this will be after the environmental energy coming right up after Friday as we start to wax that energy of the moon down, or that would be wane then, right? But it'll be waning down after this full moon tomorrow on Friday. That's going to be an interesting one. I want to take 2 of these to match up with the energy. So we've got the sword and the ring. Okay. So 67 and a 62 and 67, and the ring. I find it really interesting that these are black and white with the pops of color and that these are mostly colored. It's kind of a wrap around ring. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's several different bands overlapping each other. One is a braid, one is more of a snake skin, and then there's a polished silver and a shiny silver. So that would be brushed and shiny silver, brushed and polished rather. Okay. Well, let's see what's going on up in here. How y'all doing? You're in Germany right now. That is so super cool. 12, no way, to the 21-21. We've been seeing 12-21, 21-12, 21-21, 12-12. That's just been nuts with it, hasn't it, guys? Oh my gosh, those synchronicities, which is coming into that 33 energy. So another 5, we got our 5-5-5. This is just our surface energy here. I just want to have a quick look-see before shuffling again. We've got a 5 of cups. So let's see what's going on in the surface energy here. 5 of cups, Queen of swords. There's our sword energy. The ace of pentacles, 9 of cups, 8 of swords, that cage energy. And boy, oh boy, that wheel of fortune just doesn't want to quit this week either. So we have those 3 5s and that 10. We've got a 98. Okay, so 5 of cups, Queen of swords, ace of pentacles. We are looking at the past here with some kind of regret, perhaps that something took so long to come to light. It could have been some kind of truth unfolding for this Queen of Swords as she's sitting atop of this, like a hot air balloon image, but there's birds. There's all these birds that are stored or that are kind of like in their little alcoves. And she's sitting on top of that with a, It's not a stethoscope. What is that? A telescope. Duh. Up top of these treetops. So seeing something from that higher perspective, seeing some kind of truth about the time that it has taken to see the growth from whatever this regret was. Remember, guys, we're always saying it. There's no mistakes, only learning. There's no failure, only learning. It looks like we're seeing that now, in a state of Nine of Cups, but getting in our head about, am I really happy? What is that all about? So, Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. Maybe you did get your wish here, but you're feeling somehow encased by it. This is always my invisible bars card, the invisible bars of society, of religion, of familial bars, our own mental bars, anything that we feel or believe blocks us from moving forward. But the cage is open here. Okay. So even though you are abundant in your energy, for whatever reason, it feels like you're either feeling confined by it or you're up in your head about it, like going, yeah, I know it's good now, but no, 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 no. Let's back it up. Okay. Back that up, because remember, we are in the time of the new year. As far as astrologically, that 1111 portal is an energetic new start. It's an energetic new year. We're still in Scorpio, the ends of the Scorpio degrees here. We're in the last decline. We're in the home stretch of Scorpio. So manifestation energy is still very, very strong. So try not to block your blessings. Okay. Let's not block our blessings, because that can change fate. That thought, okay, then becomes another thought that turns this cog, that turns that one, that turns that one. And then before you know it, it's affecting our heart space. And our wish fulfillment doesn't feel like wish fulfillment, because we're either afraid we're going to lose it, we're afraid that it's not really real, we're up in our head about it, or we're afraid that we can't hold on to it. And that is a surefire way for it to not be steady within us, right? She is holding a pocket watch here as well, finding a way to make our own small achievements relevant. We're not going to do that. First of all, Nine of Cups is no small achievement. Give yourself some credit here. And this is just in the surface energy. So it does feel like there is a lesson learned. You've come up to see the bigger perspective on this, whatever this regret was. It is turning into and flowering into something. This could have taken us a year to get to this knowledge, and we're still in this area of, did I really do that? Am I really this great? Am I really this happy? That is perception, right? You're as happy as you deem yourself to be. So let's change those words, because we want those cogs working in our favor for this turn of fate. Okay. And that all depends on how we're viewing our happiness. Okay. Are we confined by it? Do we feel like we made a choice perhaps that we can't take back? I don't know. This is something to believe in, though, and it's feeling like we need a healthy little dose of remembering to believe in ourselves. Okay, just saying, just saying. Okay, well, let's see where we go, though. That's just on the surface. So, in the lover's energy, that is a yes card. It is a timing of as soon as you make the choice. But with the lover's energy, that's usually connected to past life soul ties. They're both acolyte cards, and they're both soulmate cards, the lovers and the devil. Okay. So these are things that the major arcana are events that are in motion. And then the minor arcana cards, of course, are the process in which we move through these major life milestones. Wow, intense. Yeah, it is really intense. The electronics have been going nuts. My doctor's appointment today is usually in and out. The drive is the longest part, 3 hours. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. So, oh my gosh, these owls. remember, was it last night or the night before? All the owls were on the table. And then, literally, after that reading, when my dinner got here and my guest, look what they brought. How flippin' cute is this? I'm like, "Oh my god, look at that." The cards were still on the table. I'm like, "Look at all the owls that were, on the table." So I'm feeling like this is like we need to trust our wisdom here, okay? In this deck, the Hierophant, is the owl, and this is a very old tree, like a Pinnacle of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles type of tree that is, has very deep roots that connect to all things. Um, the Ace of Pentacles encompasses all the other aces. So, this is either about you sharing this wisdom gained, possibly from whatever that regret was, um, or you are having someone else going, yeah, me too. I've been there too. It's not so bad. Don't be so hard on yourself. That maybe that's me telling you not to be so hard on yourself. It's going to resonate differently for everyone, so please take that how it would resonate for you. Now, let's see what's up with this cave energy here, this 32 number. It's like there's a field all around here, and these hands, there's one person, looks like a masculine hand, that is touching a feminine hand, like, hey. So let's see what that's about here. Finally got my big book with my mini deck here. Let's have a look at the cave. Let's see where we're going. This information feels like it came from, it could have come from a dark night of the soul. Maybe you're just coming out of that. Maybe you're just learning what that is. Let's see. 35 is going to be a place. How about we go to the beginning of the book where all the things are listed? The problem was with the little mini book, I couldn't see a dang thing. Okay. 32, the cave, the places here in our archetypal deck. Page 127, which is a 10, our Wheel of Fortune energy. Man, those fives and tens. Okay, so 127. Let's see what's up with that. Here's a bigger picture, although I do wish they were in color because they're just such cool, beautiful cards. They are not. This is about the dark, the portal. I just got done talking about the 1111 portal. It's their energetic new year, the interior. Okay. Those who are fortunate enough to find and enter the cave are forever changed. It is a place of potent power, acting both as portal to another realm and a space for sacred ritual and initiation. The cave is a place to return for meaningful retreat where one can see the true self in the darkness. Do you see that you're the Hierophant? Do you see that you are full of knowledge? This is our theme today. You are so full of so much more knowledge than you even realize. Maybe that's just starting to open up for you now. Um, let's see. In esoteric teachings, the cave is known to reside in the center of the heart. Within its walls, the whispers of compassion and self understanding can be heard. Yet, because of its mystery and power, many of us fear the cave and never try to find it. We busy ourselves in the bright lights of the city, where the cavernous and dimly lit chamber calls out to us in the night. Where is your cave? You already know. Return to it and tend the fire. Okay. Wow. Well, in addition, the Hierophant is Turian energy, and we do have our full moon in Taurus, that full beaver moon tomorrow around 4:30 here Eastern time. Now, when the cave is in its light, it's the sacred center within. When in shadow, that can be withdrawal, isolation, or hiding. Okay. So there's such fun little quips in this book. Envision yourself as an old sage Me like a Hierophant. In a cave, what amenities do you need? What draws you ever closer to the cave within the cave? What is pulling you to you? Okay. We have come to learn some lessons, and usually the ones that are learned the hard way are the ones that stick. So think about it in that sense as well. I also want to look at the orphan, which is one of the 30 selves, that five energy. So 555. That's crazy. And we had the five on the bottom. So, okay. That's crazy to me. Let's look at the orphan. So here's a bigger picture. The difference being that this rose is a bright hot pink, which is the color of the star chakra, the fifth dimension, the energy that is up and above. So this is okay. So did I not say with that devil energy, it reminds us of the self-serving and uncooperative parts of ourselves that we try to keep hidden away, and we may encounter these unwelcome qualities in others or in our dreams. A neglected part of ourselves needs to be heard. So the orphan is about the wounded child, the abandoned, and the beggar. The hand is out. Please, sir, may I have some more? Maybe you're dealing with someone named Oliver. We just never know. To study the orphan is to study the deep and challenging energy of our time. We are ever more connected, yet face collective isolation. The refugee crisis haunts our planet. Children are separated from parents, and the earth begs for our attention. We are in a time of universal orphanage, of nature, of each other, of our own hearts. Take refuge in the fact that we all share this core wound and dilemma. It is normal to fear this card as it haunts the caverns of the soul. When it, the caverns. Okay, so we've got our cavern here, and it's asking us what is our cave within this cave. And then within that cave is going to be our shadow self. We are going to have the light and the shadow. We all have yin and yang, light and shadow. We all have divine masculine, divine feminine energy within. The synchronicities are already off the hooks. It's, I swear to God, it's you guys. It's all y'all. Anytime I read life, it's always you guys are co-creating with us. So this is what happens. We're all in that same fishbowl together, creating this reading. Okay, so it's normal to fear this as it haunts the caverns of the soul. When it appears, take time, real time, to be in the presence of the feelings this card stirs in us. Let it humble us. What are we starving for? What is the deepest gift we could imagine giving to others? What has been rejected is quite possibly what is most needed, dear one. So when light, this is solace, deep acceptance, and deep love. When in shadow, it's distance, it's avoidance, it's control, it is limiting. And she says, go deeper. Get this, with Mary Oliver's The Kitten. Never read that. Let me know if y'all have at all. That would be super interesting. I'm going to have to look that up later. So thinking about what's been rejected, okay, is quite possibly what's most needed. All right. All right. So sharing that learning with others is a great way. When we're feeling low in our own energy, is asking, how can I help? Okay. I forgot that we were done that we are done shuffling. So, bottom of the deck energy, environmental energy. We saw this as the outcome last night. Seven of Cups is about, it's literally this, guys. It's emotional fragmentation. I know that there are light stars that I could choose. I know that there are shadow stars that I could choose, but I'm afraid to make one choice. So, but here in this deck, you see her going, you know what? I'm going for that one. So we've got to choose. We've got to make some kind of a decision, especially coming off of that energy last night. We saw that come up. The lovers called card used to be called the choice card. However, I see it as this is a choice your soul made to have this lesson with that particular person. Um, so is it really a choice if our soul has already decided it? So you get my drift. All right, we got our theme, we got our astrology. Y'all ready to go? I hope so. Thanks so much for being here, Miss Kathy, Larissa, AD. Thank you guys so much. Miss Becky, and I already said Larissa, Kathy. Ari, nice to have you here. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome. Miss Jen, yay, didn't see you. Thank you for coming in. We love it when Jen is here with us. Thank you so much. And we will, of course, welcome Miss Spiritual Warrior Kaylee. Thanks for being here. We, of course, are so welcoming when any of us, when we see someone new coming into the chat. Thank you for being so wonderful. All right, let's get on. Let's get on with it, Ange. Okay. You know, I'm a bit long in the tooth if you've been here a hot minute. All right. Speaking of Jen, Miss High Priestess Pisces energy here. First flipping card with the ship on it. So we saw this as the situation last night here, that throat chakra. It was a 5-day yesterday of the throat chakra. Today would be 6, which is going to be our subconscious. Usually our shadow aspects of our psyche are hidden within the subconscious, and then we act those out unconsciously in our partnerships with others, whatever those partnerships are. Another crescent moon, which I was noticing here, it's the opposite though. So this is about after a new moon, turning the light of the moon on before a first quarter. And this is after a third quarter. So opposite sides of the table here, that duality. The high priestess energy, the curtains here, it's like kind of hiding our gifts. Unsure if we can step forward with what we're hiding in our own moon. This could be that desire energy of the lovers. You could have a feeling this ship is a little bit rocky. This might be something that we feel like that's going to stay in the cave and it's never coming out. It's going to be in my personal cave and that's it and that's all and that's final. Or we could feel like this may orphan us if we did share this information, that could isolate us from other people or one person in particular. But this high priestess with that nautilus energy on her neck is about speaking the secret, speaking this truth, speaking what's been hiding in your moon. We did have very early this morning the moon moving into Taurus. So we are at that fixed energy of holding our vision, even if this is happening around us. Okay, this is the situation here, Scorpio energy, the tower. And this deck, she is clinging on to what was. Okay. And this is her hair is even part of the smoke. She cannot peel herself away from whatever this is. So clinging to some kind of past belief or something that was some kind of truth with it with it crossed by the sword, that light bulb moment. This could be something that you've been working on in secret, like a pet project. Piscean energy is extremely creative. Stop, you guys. Saturn, Daddy Sadie is still in retrograde. We're at 13 degrees Pisces. Look at what that says. A sword in a museum. Okay. So, like immortalized, developing sharpness of intent. Okay. And maybe you're trying to avoid a tower and keep this under wraps here in the cave, or just still stored in your subconscious. We do have Pisces and Neptune as well. And we're at 28 degrees, which is a fertile ground under the full moon. Okay. That is Neptune is all about dreams. We're constrained to see our lives as the fulfillment of our desires. Lover's energy, not something to be afraid of. Devil energy, or to go overboard on, right? If it's for our best and highest good, there's nothing wrong with that. Go for it. Let's see what the opportunity here is. Uh-huh. So I'm Chiquita Banana and I come to say, okay. So this is something that is very fruitful, very prosperous. The Nine of Pentacles, those are represented here by the four pentacles each on her earrings and the one on her finger. She has an apple here, so I am pulled to see then this snake as knowledge. And the ring here, this ring is pretty prominent. She's holding a bluebird there. The Nine of Pentacles is lower octave Empress energy. This opportunity means if you're acting on this, no matter if it makes someone else butthurt or not, this is about your own independence, your own stability. This is someone in the community that is in high standing, and as seen as someone who is someone that is trusted, that can be called on in time of need, that will step up to offer the truth and offer the help where it is needed, especially if there's been some kind of situation that's been a crisis. You want the Nine of Pentacles person on your side, showing that, hey, this is how we can get through this. Okay. So that Hierophant energy, either the opportunity is to teach others here how to not hang on to the bumper of things, of situations that are trying to exit, because the universe will always try to show us gently. And for whatever reason, I've pulled this card a million times. I'm getting Bride of Frankenstein. That's Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. The Bride of Frankenstein was a creation that was kept under wraps. It was done in secret, right? Kept behind the curtains here. And he might have felt like nobody's going to understand this. Well, that would be hard to get people to understand, I'm sure, if we're trying to resurrect something. But this is a situation where the tower has already fallen, so you would know what this is. Let's get a little bit more. What about in the past? Yeah, related to some kind of truth. Being able to pull up into that bird's eye view to see the bigger picture. This Japanese samurai sword wielder is an expert. He's very intellectual. And this could have been maybe we're forced to make a head over heart decision. We wanted to hold on to it because we loved it, but it could just be just from a logical perspective, from that higher up looking down, it just was not something that could be sustained, or was not, that would end up blocking our own Nine of Pentacles. Head over heart decision, huh? Let me know if you feel so inclined, what that may be, because I know if we're all here swimming in this fishbowl, then somebody else will be relating to your story. Okay. Heart of the reading. Wow. King of Cups. So I've had the feminine queen, King of Cups come up quite a bit this week. This is Scorpio energy as well. So that's hidden right here down the center. We got mutable with that Nine of Pentacles, Virgo. And then our King of Swords, of course, would be Aquarius. So this King of Cups knows how to right a ship. So if you are feeling like, yeah, I'm in some rocky waters here as regarding a soulmate, the heart of this reading is about the ship being righted. Now, the King of Cups is very different from the King of Swords in that, um, well, he doesn't act as quickly and without fully, you know, thinking something through. The King of Swords just acts on what he sees the truth is at the moment, and it's fast. The King of Cups is more about diplomacy. Okay, the tower has fallen. Let's see how we can right the ship. That might either be you as the Hierophant, again, offering this advice, or this is someone who is showing you how to right the ship. This could be somebody that was hidden in your moon, and we had to leave the head over heart decision in the past. And because we have to understand the King of Cups is only able to dive into those deep depths because he is diplomatic. He does not need to go wearing his heart on his sleeve. He doesn't kind of run off at the mouth like the King of Swords can in shadow. But as he's riding the ship, you may not even know this is happening because, again, the King of Cups just takes action based on his soul energy. The King and Queen of Cups are both equal in their head and heart. Okay, they're balanced so that the soul is what makes the decision moving forward. So, this is either you or a person riding a ship that was in some pretty rocky waters here after having made some kind of head over heart decision. There's our Ace of Swords. So at the beginning of our reading, our personal gain and success in one's career, if that's this message for you. And I did mention the Nautilus energy here. I forget where I even saw it, but anywho's, this is right at the center. This is literally that same shell. And she's holding a key. And there in the center of the brain, if you did a side view, and there's this little area that looks just like this, creepily enough. Okay. It's in all of the cave drawings from in Egypt, like this is some weird stuff, right? Right in the middle of that is the pineal gland of where we access our higher wisdom, where we access the subconscious. This can even be us facing the shadow and us riding our own ship. And Spirit wants to say, great job about this because this was not easy. This is something we wanted to hold on to, or something that has been within us for a long, long time, and we just didn't see that clinging to that behavior or clinging to that outmoded way of thinking or relating was what was hurting us, how we could have been hurting ourselves. Okay. So this, again, this head over heart, this truth of, you know what, my intuition is telling me something is rocky, and I've got to let it fall because that's the universe's way of saying this isn't in alignment with you. Okay. This isn't in alignment with us. Okay. Let's see what's in our blocks here. Okay, good to see. I'm glad to see this in this number 7 position because I talked about how it was a center of the reading, like having a death grip on one of these soldiers, but then kind of trying to scoop in this other soldier, right? This can cause competition, or not wanting to cause competition, or seeing that, you know what, that's just life. If I get the job and that means somebody else doesn't, it doesn't mean they're not great. It just means that it was the right time, the right place, the right person for me to have that position. This can be jealousy about your own intuitive abilities. People going like, "Wow, how do they always know? How do they always know?" Or so and so told me so. You might have even foretold this tower for somebody else in your energy that's around you here. But we don't say I told you so, right? Of course not. The Five of Wands in its reverse position, the block is usually the shadow. If it comes up as a block, then it absolutely can come up as the light because the energy is on the board. So in shadow, again, that's jealousy, strife, and competition. That's just trying to win, trying to be the best instead of being on a team. It's like the ball hogger, the kid who always tries to, only wants to get the goals, and he kind of never shares the ball with his teammates, right? So if you have an inkling about some kind of truth here, especially with that, with my light bulb moment and that Ace of Swords, it's could be a neglected part of ourselves that we were fighting against. And now, when we bring that into its light aspect, that's acting as a team. We are our own soul team. Okay. We are the cave within the cave of the context of our home, of our work, of our society, of our world, right? Bird's eye view. I keep looking at that bird over his eye. So, what does spirit want us to know here? Yeah, look at the books, the knowledge. You've learned enough. This is the Page of Swords, and this is all about wisdom gained. The page is usually depicted as a child energy. It is the least learned of all the pages, but this Page of Swords has come to some kind of graduation. We're ready to move on to the Page of Wands and take what we've learned and add in the passion, the creative energy, and move up, so to speak, on the ranks for the king. They were the ones that were bringing all the messages to the king and for the king and queen. This is also about a wish here with that wishing dandelion here. Those are being scattered out into the universe. We've been seeing temperance so much in the cards energies as well, which is a 14, another 5. And the tower energy is then after temperance. So I'm seeing these little stars up here because the star falls is usually indicative that the tower has already fallen. So I'm furthering that with these, seeing the depiction of these wishes going up into the stars as you write this ship. Okay, it's like the wishes are finally being communicated. Your manifestation is being correctly communicated to the universe because we find that balance within, okay, because we've righted our own ship or someone has taught that to us. And again, this could be you offering that same service. This is how I did it when I got that little intuitive hit. Let's see what our outcome energy is back with our Queen of Swords. Okay. So if we left a King of Swords behind, and are looking again out towards the future, that would have been a marriage of some sort or a connection of some sort, how whatever that is for you. This is the Page of Swords. I've learned all that I've needed to learn. I'm graduating in my energy. I know how to handle towers now because I've done it many times before. I know how to handle that. He's got his hand on his heart. And by you either this is the representing the person or you having to make a head over heart decision in order to right your own ship so that your soul can drive the chariot towards your new truth. We're looking out as this is the key. All of this is very prosperous energy here as we move into future energy, opportunity, near future, and Queen of Swords as our outcome. Let's go into the bottom of the deck here and then get some advice. Thank you so much for being here again. I can't say it enough, so I'll just keep saying it a lot, okay? I'll just keep saying it. In your environmental energy, geez Louise, 7 of Cups, 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, 6 of Wands, victory over that confusion or emotional fragmentation, because I don't want, I have all these burdens, but they're beautiful flowers. That's all the experience on my back. And yet she is still picking this big asterisk tulip right here. The tulips are representative of the lover's energy, because that was a way to communicate before there were telephones. You would send your lover or the person in your mind's eye, maybe even the person hidden in your moon here, you would send tulips as a way to show your interest or to express your affection on the down low. And there's a 10 of Swords here following that 10 of Wands. That feels like a betrayal energy. You could feel like if I choose one thing, it's going to make someone else happy. If I choose another thing, it's going to make me happy. And my happiness might be causing someone else pain. Okay, 6 of Wands. My question to you, and I don't even know why that just popped in, if they've caused you pain, was that a consideration for you? Just saying. 6 of Wands, 9 of Wands, like victory over, this is beautiful hummingbird energy here. And that beautiful, the flower here, look at this. So this 5 is what led us here. It's like she's holding that in front of the hummingbird, having our hand open, being welcoming in this knowledge, not afraid to face that shadow energy. And that leads us to our victory here. Not feeling so orphaned, knowing we're not alone. And the 9 of Wands here, that is the end of the journey. So 9 of Wands, 10 of Wands. This is the end of the burdens. This is a very long time here, lots of battle scars. Maybe even feel like, if this is an energy coming towards you, or if this person has some battle scars, maybe they have to upset someone else in order to make a decision in business and love or otherwise with you. But they have some battle scars of their own. If this is your own environmental energy that feels like, good gravy, can we get a break? You're getting a break, because we're facing these shadow aspects and integrating them and going, aha, I see you now. And once we unsee that wounded child, once we see that wounded child within, we can't unsee it. We work on it. We do the reparenting of that inner child. We are the adult that we needed. And we stop using those behaviors because we understand we just did them in order to survive. Right. So if you made yourself small in any kind of way, just so you wouldn't catch those hands, right? In whatever way that means for you, you don't have to do that anymore. You are beautiful, you are intelligent, you are intuitive, you do have the capability of, your own prosperity and your own truth seeing and truth telling. You've learned from this, you've learned from the chaos. Okay. And this is energy of rising above your raisin, rising above. And that's not to say, throwing any shade at parents. Parenting is hard. And I could not have done a fraction of the job My mom did as a 20-year-old with 2 babies, walking to work, walking to the bank in tennis shoes and pantyhose. Yeah, those were those days where we were forced to wear pantyhose. Some of y'all might remember that. It's horrifying. The little legs and the egg and the egg and the eggshells. Well, looky frickin' here. Our 1111 portal energy is wrapping up the environmental energy. When we do this, someone of equal value that's putting in equal action towards our same dream. This is a shared dream. This is a celebration of that dream. This could end up in this person moving towards you or in with you, or vice versa. That could simply be travel, going on a getaway after like this long, hard slog of sorts. Okay, well, let's get some clarification here. Let's have some fun with these energies. If there's any certain cards that you want me to pull on in particular, I am happy to do that. Just type into the chat, and I'm happy to do that. What do I want to use? We are in Taurus energy. I want to go to my earthy deck here. Okay, randomly on the bottom. Oh my gosh, that 7 of Cups was on our bottom after the shuffle here. And see how she's kind of, even though it's Cups energy, she's stuck in the earth. And even though this is Cups energy, she's up in the air, up in the universe. So I like the use of the differing elements. Once we decide what that wish is and where our feelings are, or this person does, and like, yeah, even though I'm tired, I still want to go towards that tulip, even if that means I have to leave something else behind. This is getting up after the Ten of Swords and walking towards the sun, and transmuting the energy, letting that pain, that feeling of abandonment or being orphaned, right? And if it continued to break our heart through all of our relationships, because maybe, abandonment comes up a lot, as far as a trigger and a shadow, because it can bring about all kinds of incorrect way we view ourselves, right? That we weren't blank enough in some kind of way. And then we unconsciously end up acting those out, no matter if it's with siblings, parents, and certainly relationships. Okay, let's figure what this is. I want to know. Maybe we can get some more information here on the Tower. Again, this is a situation that has already crumpled, and this could be you or someone else clinging to this past energy. Whatever was not built on a sturdy foundation. That could be even us allowing ourselves to kind of blow up who we thought we were and go, you know what? I've got to attack these shadow aspects once and for all. Otherwise, I'm kind of a creation. I'm kind of a bride of Frankenstein, and that's not of my choice. That is by how I was created, the nature versus nurture, right? But we can write our own ships, and we can learn how to move into the future and up into the air where those stars are, and choose that dream, and write that ship around and get that equal energy in. Okay, what is this Tower? I just saw 5 of Wands on the bottom of the deck there. There's separation in that energy. The Tower, 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups in this deck, you can see all these pentacles. The pentacles are falling from the sky, because once we fill our own heart's cup, another person of equal value and full heart, like the King of Cups, joins us inside of that 10 of Cups. So 10 of Cups is also about the family we choose. And when we focus on that light through a lens of love, the pentacles fall from the sky. So this Tower energy, even though something old is ending, there is good, there is a new partnership coming out of this. And that can even be like a community feel, finding our tribe, crossed by Six of Wands victory again here on the bottom. This is what leads to our victory, is this rebuild, and not just victory, money coming from the sky, because we're seeing the need to balance our head and our heart, and always look at something through the lens of love here. That's beautiful. Can't make it up. There's that King of Cups right underneath that that I just mentioned here. Okay, now it's in the environmental energy. This is energy that matches your action. Okay, 5656 on the timer. That would be 1111. Okay, let's look at what is this emotional fragmentation all about, guys. Please let me know if this is resonating with you guys today. Oh, Judy, you are enough. Absolutely. You know what? I know that I'm a lot as well. You've met me. But I just learned to go, you know what? Okay. And I just need someone of equal energy. That's all. Keep up if you can. Catch me if you can. Catch me outside. Okay. Two pentacles. So I was asking what this emotional fragmentation is about. Like, oh no, there's good things and there's bad things. Which one? How do I know what to choose? You gotta. Are you gonna go? You're all dressed for the ball already. There's the full moon. Okay. Um, Especially with that Taurus energy. Taurus is risk averse, but with the sun being in Scorpio, its sister sign there, on the other end. Okay, there's the moon and that coach of the ball. There's pumpkins down here in the bottom as well. You're already dressed for the ball. Just, you got to keep going. Stick with your choice. You already chose. You already knew in your heart where this was going, and now it's just a matter of getting your butt up those steps inside. Okay. You have, time is not finite. You don't just stand out there looking pretty. Go and have some damn fun. Okay. Uh, yeah, it's choose. I mean, Two of Pentacles is, can be waffling back and forth. So if this is a person who's been waffling back and forth, especially because you got the choice of 10 wands and 10 swords here mixing with that energy, they feel that choosing that particular star going into the ball uh, may, hurt someone else or feel like a betrayal to someone else. They're still doing it. They're still picking up that tulip. They still want this victory over their past. They've come a long way for this. Okay. And so have you. It feels like Two of Pentacles. Yeah, it's been a long slog. So Seven of Pentacles is about finally reaping the rewards of what you've planted. The seeds are coming out of the ground. And this deck, Swan Lake, I was thinking we had another swan somewhere. That's in the magician card, I know. But in this deck, Swan Lake, this is all about, I don't know if you can see kind of the blood, sweat, and tears. She won the lead role by only, she's playing the Black Swan, but she won that role by all of her hard work and dedication. And it's time. It's time for opening night. And you going on stage, even though your feet are bloody and bruised and battered. I don't know if you've ever seen ballerinas' feet. They ain't cute. My sister's a ballerina. I mean, poor Ryan. She kind of actually looks like this too. She really does. She's very beautiful. Um, but her feet is gnarly. Yeah, that a whole life of ballet will do that. I mean, it crushes your feet, and it looks so beautiful and elegant. Like, no, it's not hurting. It's not hurting. This is all the blood, sweat, and tears. You're already ready for the ball. Now go in and have some dang fun. Okay. And if this took some time for this person to make this decision and you want it to, it feels good for you, you knew it was coming, enjoy it. Enjoy it. If it wasn't for the best and highest good, the universe wouldn't have allowed that to happen. Okay. So there's something in there for you. I want to know why the message from spirit, what spirit wants us to know is that you already done know it. And you know it so well that you can even teach it to other people. Can we get some clarity here on Page of Swords? So this is, yeah, not the environmental energy. This is well deserved, guys. This has been a long time coming, okay? Ten of Pentacles. The Pinnacle of Pentacles, our tree. I just referred back to the Hierophant. That's the tree he is sitting in with the very old tree, as the roots are connected to many, many things. It's connected to all things. The Ten of Cups is encompassed within the Ten of Pentacles. And now we see all those fives, and we've got our 1010 here. This maybe even started at the 1010 portal if we are putting energy into it. This is one of two cards in this whole entire deck that includes the red thread of destiny. The Lovers, again, the energy is used to be called the choice card, but the choice is already done made. This is your soul made this choice to connect with this person or to connect with this challenge, whatever it was, so that you could stand on top of it and achieve it. Something to believe in. And maybe before you just didn't believe in yourself until you've made this accomplishment, or you're thinking, I don't know enough yet to teach it. Yes, you do. You do. And not only that, it was your destiny. The other red thread in this deck is the Wheel of Fortune, which we saw in the surface energy. Okay. So this is well deserved. Don't you get in your head about this, not one single bit, or else you'll have me to answer for. Yeah, it's going to cause some ruckus. That's a portal energy. This is what this shifts. This turns in your favor, guys. This feels very, very good. It does not feel nefarious. Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, your happiness, your comfort, this tower moment here now is being confirmed. You had to blow some stuff up in order to get here. And don't be afraid about it, because it's worth it. It rights the ship. It rights your energy so that moving forward, you got a direct connection to that pineal gland. You know how to manifest now. And we can certainly learn that from, effing around and finding out the old FOFA, or the FAFO. When we manifest the unintentional way by having those negative thoughts that become things, we're like, oh snap, I am powerful. You can learn it by shadow as well, and learning things the hard way. Learning things the hard way. Knight of Pentacles. Feminine in this deck, she's scythe. That's a scythe. She had to cut through some BS in order to get there. And it took her a hot minute, but she did it. She is also this wounded warrior. She's got cuts and scrapes. I mean, she's got a big gash underneath her eye. I mean, all these energies, you and this person's, are syncing up as far as we've been through it. Okay, so maybe that's where you guys connect, and that's the truth right there. So this person coming in is matching your vibrational frequency. All right. Well, what is this Four of Wands? Anybody got any questions? May 10th, which was a 555. Wow. Wow. You are so welcome, guys. Thank you for being here. Four of Wands is something that we were confused if we wanted or not. That Seven of Cups is back. Feeling stuck. I think you're going to feel unstuck by this full moon here. Look at that coming up again as well. The only person that can get us stuck in our own mind is us, and our thoughts, and our, feeling pulled down or grounded. But there is fire here in the energy, and there are steps that led to that stuckness. So that's a well-worn path here. literally from the waist down, she's part of that ground. So even though it's cups, it's again that earthy energy. Feelings that have felt grounded could now be getting some movement here. Crossed by Page of Cups. Yeah. So in this deck, this is the Siren that normally lures the sailors in these ships, perhaps to their death by her alluredness. Okay, but in this deck, she is not. She's not trying to. What's the word? Not appease. Appeal. She's not trying to appeal to any sailors. She's looking at her collection of skulls of the past sailors and using that to inform her future going forward. It's interesting here because even though these are two different decks, the pages are not children. These are, still young people, but this is like I done learned. I learned from my past. I learned how I was getting in my own way. All those skulls are the patterns of the past, coming all back around full circle to the shadows of the psyche that we play out, unbeknownst to us because they're subconscious, until we figure it out. And once we know it, we can't not know it. She knows. She's a what's that? She's a recovering siren. She's no longer luring sailors to the death for the fun of it. She's gone, what did all those sailors have in common? Oh, me? Really? I was the common denominator? Uh-huh. And knowing that, okay, we are less likely to be stuck on which decision to take. It could be that we were kind of spoiled for choice in the past as well regarding suitors. And now we just want something different. When you've been through the wars of the 9 and the 10 of Wands, you learned a few things. Okay. These pages are all grown up. What is crossing the Page of Cups? I was looking for that star card. The star comes after the Tower. Okay, that indicates that the tower's already happened. So the Tower of that aha moment of us like, oh my gosh, I was clinging on to things because of that wound, not because I actually wanted that person or that I wasn't capable. I understood that that was an attachment that was not, those were not healthy for me, but I was acting out of an old pattern that I developed in childhood, learning to interact with people, learning how to be, watching how relationships played out around us. Okay, that's just, and there's the hummingbird. There's a beautiful hummingbird down here that we see that she's taking this abandonment pain and letting it lead her forward now. It's no longer leading her by the nose. She sees the pattern. This is having a victory over that pattern, you guys, big time. And this always reminds me of the South Node. We are in South Node of Libra, even though this is an Aquarian card. We are at a man teaching the true inner knowledge of 5 degrees Libra and Aries. So South Node is about not letting our past hold us back, seeing that true teachings are shown. We have to go through it, not told. Okay. You're showing someone else. This is how I righted my ship. I know right where you are. And it doesn't have to be this way. This is what it was like for me when I didn't trust my intuition. This is what it was like for me when I was asleep at the wheel just for the fun of pulling in the pirates or whatever. If you like the bad, if you like the naughty ones, pulling in pirates instead of sailors. I don't know. To each his own, to each his own. I think we've all been through that phase. Okay, but this is wish granted here. Wow. By doing that work, Daddy Sadie, here he comes with his reward. Capricorn and Aquarius, Saturn co-ruled by Saturn. And wow, this is Daddy Sadie's reward, guys. Six of Wands, victory in a committed partnership of whatever you deem that as. And it can be of any kind. It's just where two people are putting in equal effort, ending a pattern, and ready to start anew. Guess who's back? Back again. Owlie's back. Tell a friend. Okay, I'll stop. You know I kid. You know I kid. All right, guys. Don't go backwards. Keep on moving forward. That cave. There's that Bugs Bunny episode where it's like dark and they keep lighting the match. Here's your match today. This is your aha moment. It's coming. If it hasn't already came, it is coming. Let's get you some advice and get you out of here. Oh my God, Push It. Are you talking about the song? That is hilarious. Hi, Miss Naomi Faye. Is it feline or feeling? Or is it the Push It as yeah, shh. That's the old one. Salt and pepper. Oh my gosh. And I even noticed that other night when we were having a good old time live on my channel, the cards were it was like 7 and 11. And I was like, how did I miss that salt and pepper reference? Well, we know what salt and pepper says about opening the 7-Eleven store. It's store. Okay, your advice. 53, which is an 8 energy. You could be 53. Maybe you're born in 53. This is the seahorse spirit, which is the energy of the chariot in the mermaid deck. But there are two people of equal value. There's a team in that deck that is getting the chariot ready because the soul, King of Cups, is the center, the heart of the reading, showing head and heart alignment because the soul drives the chariot when those two things are aligned. And this is saying, watch and wait. Now that you know all this stuff, wish granted. We have the wisdom, and that's the end of that. Those tragic cycles where we're just unconsciously letting our raisin keep acting out for us because we don't know that we're doing it, right? We all have shadow. That's part of the human experience. That's why we're here. That's why we're here, to go through all the feels. Speaking of high priestess, there's our crow spirit there. Co-create with spirit. The top of the reading, I said, love being here because you guys co-create with me and the readings just go off the chain. It's also the 17 card. The 17, like the star. Because we know how to manifest properly what we do want instead of griping or complaining about what we don't like, because then the universe says, oh, coming right up. Right? So what are we going to order? How are we going to order? I think y'all know the answer to that. Watch and wait. Okay. That is going to be it for me today, guys. I think I'm going to dig into the fears of that devil, looking at an aces reading probably a little bit later on my channel for any love questions. But I feel like this is a big reading today. This is big. I feel like a lot of people are shifting into this aha moment, and just wait and see what happens, because you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I never thought that I would ever get tired of luring sailors or pirates. And when we finally stop and look at all the skulls, we realize where the bounty is. Or isn't it with pirates, isn't it called booty? Is it The booty? Or am I thinking of a trunk? The boot. I don't know. You know what I mean. The bounty of booty, perhaps. I don't know. Whatever you're into. No judgment here. Okay. Watch and wait, guys. I love you, mean it. Thank you so much for being here and co-creating with me. Um, keep on keeping on because you got something to believe in here. It's not just a wish, it's an action, it's actually coming to be because you took action on it. Okay. Love you so much, and I will see you next time. We will see you tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. I hope you'll join us live for our Friday night happy hour. Cannot wait to see you all there. Please do come. We do offer mini readings there as well. We try to get to as many people as we can. And we will see you there tomorrow at 6. I'll probably go on around noon tomorrow as far as my channel is concerned. But thank you to everyone here. Please do check out in the description box if you'd like a reading from myself or from any of the other amazing, 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 not just amazing readers, amazing humans. I mean, I can't talk about it. You hear my voice starting to crack already. Like I will start bawling. So very thankful for that and for them. And thankful for you too, because you are why we are here. And we love you so much. See you next time, guys. Bye bye for now.